hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back with another topic. First of all, welcome back all of you. Our gang is back. So let's start with the chapter. I know I'm after a long time, but today we will be covering the first chapter of science, chemical reactions and equations. So welcome back and let's have a fun lecture and we will start the lecture and here we go. Let's go. So, today we are going to do class 10 Cbse first chapter of science, chemical reactions and equations. This chapter is of chemistry. So, today topics we will cover today will be physical change, chemical reactions and the characteristics of chemical reactions. We will also see the examples of few of them. So, let's go ahead. Okay, let's go. So, class 10 chemical reactions and equations, physical change. So, let's start. So first of all, what is physical change? So if this type of question is coming in an exam, you can say a change in which no new substance is formed is known as physical change. Also, a point you can add is that it is a reversible change. For example, I will tell you that freezing of ice, melting of ice, these types of examples all come under the physical change. We will also see the examples where they're just going to pop up. Let's go. Examples. See, cutting of wood, freezing of water, melting of ice, shredding of paper, and many more like etc. So, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. See, you can see this image which is of. So, you can see about this glass of water over here. Here you can see, you must be thinking that why we have put ice in this glass of water. Actually, what happens that ice, you know that it's made of water, and after freezing the water, we get ice. So first we can state many statements from this reaction because in physical change, it is also known as reversible change. So if you know, we have we put ice in the glass and then the water is there here over here. So when we check again, the water can again be freezed and turned into a ice of the same water. So this is why we study physical change. So let's go ahead. There are many more examples I just told you. Now our next topic is chemical change. One second. Okay, let's go ahead. So our topic comes as chemical change. So I first want you to think that what is a chemical change? Actually, like what is a chemical change? So I'm sorry, I'm having some cough, so that's why I'm coughing. Let's go ahead. Anyways, a change in which no new substance, in this, as we saw in the last change, no new substance was being formed. In this, new substance is formed. That is known as a chemical change. So, as we know in a physical change, no new substance is formed because in that we don't get a new substance. If we turn ice into water, we can again turn water into ice, but in chemical change we can't. For example, you burn a wood, can you get the same wood ahead again? No, right? So we also call it as the change in which no new substance is formed is known as chemical change. So this is one of the most important statement. I want you to write it somewhere. Please write it. Don't write anything else if you want, but please just note this one sentence. This sentence carries at least your most of the time, it says most of the time in boards, and it is one of the greatest sentence ever because in this sentence a chemical change is permanent. This is one of the sentence which nobody usually notices, but this is one of the greatest sentence. So please note it down. It's a request from my side. I'm teaching you in English. You wanted English, I'm teaching you in English. You want Hindi, go see someone else. Let's go ahead anyways. So now as we learned in physical change, it is known as reversible change. But in chemical change, it is also known as irreversible change. Here you can't reverse. In physical change, you saw that like freezing of water was there, we can again change it. But here in chemical change, you can't. For here, for example, I'm doing cooking. Okay, just example, huh? It's just an example. I'm doing cooking. So in cooking, can you ever think that while cooking I will get the substance of cutting the vegetables again? No, right? That is one of the great main thing in this. So see, I will show you the example. 1 second. And ignore the sound in the background. Actually, my mother is making something good and I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Example: burning, cooking, rusting, rooting. So you must be knowing burning, cooking, and rooting. But what is rusting? You must have heard this term many places. In our next parts, we will discuss about rusting. This is the part one. So first of all, in rusting, I will just give you a short definition that you must be knowing that many things of like car and many more things are made of iron. Iron you must be knowing. Its element name is Fe. Yeah, it comes on it comes on 25th number. 26th. Yeah, 25th. It comes on 25th. Okay, fine. So rusting, first of all, main thing. How does rusting occurs? So the main thing of that is rusting is a yellow or brown. You can say brown, a brown colored substance which is formed on a iron. You must be knowing that on a car, if you, there is a car in a colony, for example, it is kept from a very long time. So you must be seeing something very rough on it, and you must be feeling it sometimes. So that is what called rusting actually. That is the main thing of rusting. Rusting is one of the things that is a brown colored coating on. So it was a brown colored coating which is formed when substance is kept in nature or in a nice place where it receives sunlight and it comes in contact with sunlight and oxygen and in water. So that time this is formed. We can also give a short definition on rusting, that it's a corrosion of iron. Corrosion of iron is known as rusting. So let's see one example. Now I will show you some pictures which will just come right now on the screen. Just see. 1 second. Yeah. See. But what? First of all, tell me what you can see, observe in this picture. Right? You can observe burning of wood. You can see this wood over here, which is being burnt. Now you will see the definition written down. 1 second. Burning of wood. Now, guess the another example. It's none other than cooking. See, you can see that in cooking also. You're cutting. I'm giving you a basic example of your life. For example, you're in hostel. Right now, though you're in 10th, but someday you will be in hostel. Or just change it to your mother. So your mother is cutting vegetables in the kitchen, and then she is cooking it in oil on the stove. But then you will observe that the cutting of vegetables, the parts of the vegetables can't be. Can we get that again from the same vegetable? No, right? That's because it's a chemical change. If we cook something, so can we get all the? For example, we are cooking something. In that we applied 2 potatoes and 1 tomato and 1 brinjal, for example. So we used all of them. Huh. But can we again get the same parts and again form a new one from the same? No, right? Because they are cooked, they are used. We can't use them again. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see chemical reactions, which is one of the most important topic of this chapter. So, chemical reactions, here comes. Don't get feared. It's not hard. It's actually easy, quite easy. I will just see. Chemical reaction is also known as chemical change. As we just learned in the chemical change that it was also the same thing like that. While chemical reaction is also known as a chemical change. It is so easy. In this also, no new substances are formed. While in chemical change also the same things happen. Now see, just 1 second, just see this. A process, this is the definition of chemical reaction, a process in which two or more substances combine to form a new product is known as chemical reaction. It is that easy. A person can memorize it really easily. So let me explain it. So for example, a process in which two or more substances combine to form a new product is known as chemical. For example, we are having magnesium at one side and oxygen. So we are going to add some oxygen in magnesium. So we will get what? Magnesium oxide. So here also it is same thing. We get a new product, right? From first of all, if you don't know the meaning of product, I will just say, you have not written the slide, but the formation of new substances formed in a chemical reaction are known as product. For example, the things which come up after adding two substances or more than them, we get the product because they are fully new substances. You know the dogs in the background, they are unpaid. That's why they are barking. Okay, a process in which two or more substances combine to form new product is known as chemical reaction. It's that easy. It's easy to memorize. You can see magnesium plus oxygen is equals to magnesium oxide. Now here there is one thing, a new topic you will learn here. I just gave you some hints before and now I'm going to tell you. If you see this magnesium, I haven't added actually, but you can see this magnesium at this side and this oxygen, this sum of magnesium and oxygen, these are called reactants and they are always written on the left hand side. And this magnesium oxide, these are called products and they are always written on the right hand side. Actually, there is a law that states that the reactants are always written on the left hand side and the products are always written on the right hand side. Okay, it's easy to memorize also. Let's go ahead. So see, you all know that magnesium is solid and oxygen is gas. This is a basic thing. And magnesium oxide turns into solid. Now you must be thinking that what do we get after, what do we, other like, what is another name for magnesium oxide? What do we call it in solid? Now, it's a really common thing. When we do that, we get this white powder, which is really used in our daily life. For example, in Holi, just example, in Holi you play with organic colors. That time, some people also play with white powder. You must have heard of it. While making rangoli in Diwali time, that time also white powder is used. In many more things, white powder is used. So we get magnesium plus oxygen, magnesium oxide, and we also call it as white powder. Remember this water, it forms water. So now let's see some characteristics of chemical reactions. Characteristics of them. So let's see our first characteristic, which is one and only change in physical state. Physical state normally changes. This is one of the first characteristics of chemical reactions. Don't worry, we'll discuss on it ahead. It is not so tough, it is easy. We can also memorize it fast. First of all, next is, why isn't it working? Okay, fine. Come. Yes. Change in color. This though is very basic, you must be knowing this. I will still be telling you example on this also. Next, a change in temperature. In a chemical reaction, you must be knowing that many times it happens that there is a change in physical state of the object, of the reactants. Change in color could also be seen. We will also see some examples ahead. And change in temperature is so very common. It usually happens in many times. Even change in color, many times it happens. Change in temperature is also very common. So let's see the next one. Formation of a new solid, precipitate. Here also, this thing I just told you, I gave you a hint right now, sometime before. We will see it again ahead. Last, evolution of gas, formation of bubbles. That is a really easy topic. I will be showing you. So let's go ahead and start with change in physical state. And also, if you have not seen these type of changes before, so I'm going to tell you about them. Even in the starting, I told you about some physical change and chemical change. So now we will study about change in physical state, and physical state normally changes. So let's go ahead. Just listen to me nicely and you will understand the topic very nicely. So, change in physical state. Physical state normally changes. This is a really common definition, we all know. So, example, you must be knowing in the burning of magnesium. Magnesium, I just told you it's a solid. So, in the burning of magnesium, the reactants, you must be knowing. On the left hand side, I just told you, right? Left hand side, reactants. Magnesium is a metal. Okay, magnesium is a metal and it is solid. See, it's written over here. And air, O2. For air, we also use O2. Is a gas, but the product magnesium oxide is white powder. So let's see here. I just showed you this ahead, but let's just see. See, magnesium plus oxygen is equals to magnesium oxide. This we just saw up also and now again. This plays a very important role. I just told you about its feature ahead up. if you remember. And also please note this down, this is really important for you. And let's go ahead. So change in color, next topic. So you can see the example. Example, nitrogen oxide plus see, you can see over here nitrogen dioxide is formed over here. Okay, so see, when colorless nitric oxide, okay, we also call it nitrogen oxide, nitric oxide and oxygen reacts, color appears due to the formation of brown colored nitrogen dioxide. Don't get scared. Actually, nitrogen, this nitric oxide, which we have just said here, it's actually a gas. You will have written it ahead, you can see. And oxygen is also gas, we do know it's common. So it brown colored, it forms a formation of brown colored nitrogen dioxide, which is also a gas. So let's go ahead and check the next topic. Change in temperature. This I told you, even change in color and change in temperature are the most important topics in this whole chemical reactions. So one example I will tell you without looking. When zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid with HCl, when zinc, Zn reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. Don't get scared. Just remember the formulas. What was for hydrochloric acid? HCl. It results in the production of zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. So here we can see zinc plus dilute hydrochloric acid is equals to, you can see zinc chloride, see this side ZnCl2. Okay, this is for zinc chloride. Hydrogen gas, which is H2, this too we know. So this was for that. And here also zinc is a solid, you know, zinc is a solid actually. Zinc is a solid, and hydrochloric acid, in the name only you will come to know that acid is there, so it must be a liquid. And here zinc chloride, it is also a solid, it forms a solid actually. And hydrogen is gas, we to know that. So let's read it again, read it out again once again. So zinc plus dilute hydrochloric acid, it results in the production of zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Okay, so let's go ahead. Another topic, number 4, formation of a new solid, precipitate. So first of all, just know from the heading, formation of a new solid is also known as precipitate. It's a short word. Okay, so let's see. So here also what happens, lead nitrate reacts with potassium iodide to form lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Okay, so here we can, okay. So as we saw, it is 2Ki plus PbNO3, and then there is 2, which is actually to form, it forms lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Okay, so we will again see. So so this is lead nitrate which reacts with potassium iodide, okay, to form lead iodide and potassium nitrate, a new substance product. Okay, so here also reactant is lead nitrate and potassium iodide, and the product is lead iodide and potassium nitrate. So let's go to our 5th topic and the last topic of chemical reactions. Evolution of gas, formation of bubbles. So when zinc reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, hydrogen gas comes out forming bubbles. So this we just read up, that zinc Zn reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid HCl. Hydrogen gas comes out forming bubbles. So here also zinc we know that it's solid and hydrochloric acid is liquid, while it forms hydrogen gas comes out forming bubble. Okay, so till, if you're watching till here, so this was our last topic. So thank you so much for watching. We will meet again, and in the next part we'll cover the ahead topics. So thank you so much for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. Also comment down your thoughts down of how's my teaching, and it really gets me motivated. So thank you so much for watching. Bye, have a nice day.